it's a bit more difficult for me to precisely say what is going to happen to you on any specific day, right? You know, I can make a video and say this is what to expect, this is how things are going to pan out, and in general the stuff that I talk about will happen to you in one shape or form at one time or another, and within a specified period of time. I mean, if I'm talking about stuff that's going to happen in the early days, the cravings, the discomfort, all that kind of stuff, it's very unlikely that you're going to experience that in the second 30 days or the third 30 days, right? It's nearly always going to be experienced within the first week, 2 weeks, that kind of thing. So, but you know, I don't have a crystal ball. I mean, I can't even do that with my clients that I'm talking to one-on-one. It's a difficult proposition because you know, it's a lot easier to kind of suggest and to understand what the expectations are going to be when I'm talking to somebody directly, and I can ask them very pointed questions, but you know, it's with a video it's impossible. Now, having said that, habits are habits. You know, they in order to reduce the influence of the habit, it needs to go through a certain sequence. You know, like I said, the sequence might not follow and manifest itself in exactly the same way, but it will manifest itself in a very similar way. So you can expect similar things to happen. Now, the reason why I made a 2-week preparation stage within our program is because if you go through that, I can generally predict with a lot more accuracy what's going to happen in day 1, day 2, day 3, you know, or roughly speaking in those times, because we've done a lot of work on your mindsets, on your surroundings, on the people around you, and we've taken so much out of it. You know, we've taken so many negatives out of the equation. So if I know that they're not going to happen now, I can generally say, well, you know, these are the positives that are going to happen, or this is the likelihood, right? I mean, if you go through the preparation stage and you don't do any of the fucking work, I can't do anything about that, you know. So your expectations are going to be always on the work that you've done, but it comes down to that. It comes down to following a certain system. This is the way that I did it, you know. I mean, the way that we work our own system is, it took me a long time before I was able to understand what I was going through, right? You know, like that first year, a lot of the stuff that was happening to me, a lot of the things that I was trying, they were hit and miss. You know, sometimes it was throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, right? You know, and that's all you can do. 5 years later, dealing with so many different people, doing so much reading, doing so much research, and putting it all together has just enabled me to have a much better grasp on the sequence of events, right? Habit is a habit, right? And we're not trying to get rid of the habit or break the habit or eliminate the habit. We're trying to reduce the influence of the habit. It comes down to that, basically. So we're reducing the influence of one habit, and then we're trying to increase the influence of these other habits, and the other habits depend on where you want to go. That's just it. Anyway, take care of yourself, and I'll speak to you soon. Onwards and upwards.